Hello YouTube. This video is about this front axle. I want to get it ready for when the frame comes back from the powder coater that we can bolt it in. And we're going to paint it black just the way the rear end was painted black, and that'll match. We've got some cleanup to do on it and taping off and plugging of holes. This really shouldn't take too long. I want to get rid of this bluing. But more importantly, I marked this weld to be welded with a red marker. So the red marker is now kind of burnt into the tube. So I want to clean that up. I really like these foam paint removers. They do a really nice job. So after not too long, it's cleaned up to my satisfaction. We can put some primer on that. Now we got to do the other one. Next thing we'll do is blow all the little pieces of the foam disc into the camera. There's little holes in the ends of this axle for the locking Allen nut that holds the kingpin in place. And we'll put a sacrificial bolt in the hole. We have to treat the top and the bottom of these which gets assembled with this rush washer on the bottom and this real thin machine washer on the top. So this surface and this surface I don't want to get paint on. So I'm going to have to tape them off. This tape is not quite wide enough to cover the embossment on the end of this pipe. So what I'm going to do is just put two pieces on rather than skimp. And the best way I know of to get a match so you can paint is to tap around the edge like this. And you end up with a perfect match. We have the axle ready for paint. I buy these cheap microfibers and use them just for this kind of application where I don't want any lint left on the axle. So we'll wipe it down and get all the oils and fingerprints and whatever. Those were clean white rags before I started, and you would have sworn that that axle was already clean. This is self-etching primer, and I've gotten to like it. I kind of like it. They want you to recoat within 2 minutes. But I'm going to wait for it to flash a little bit. It takes a little bit longer than that. And I'll put a fan on it. All right, it's completely flashed. Let's put the second coat on. There we go, 2 coats. Now we let it dry for 2 days. And then we'll put something on top of it. While we're waiting for it, we'll do the springs. So after looking it over, I can say once again, no runs, no drips, no errors. I want to do the same thing to these springs that we did to the axle. I want to paint them black. And springs are notorious for rusting, getting brown. So I want to strip as much as I can and go through the same steps. Now, where it's stripping. Now I've got a choice of a wire wheel or a new foam brush. You would think the wire wheel would do real nice and get in all the corners, and you would think the foam brush would just stay on the surface. So let's try them out. This will be a count of 30 in my head with the wire brush. I'm starting to see some bare metal here. This is some really tough paint. It doesn't want to come off. I don't know why, because you always see rusted springs. But let's try the foam brush paint stripper now. Just a note, I'm not using either a new stripper or a new wire brush. This is down about 1/4 of an inch already from new. And this is pretty well worn around the edges, but we're going to pretty much do flat stuff here. So we'll use this used one against this used one. So count of 30, here we go. So that's a count of 30 with the paint stripper. And I did from there to there, and from there to there. And this is the original wire brush. So my comments are, is the wire brush, it lasts a long time, but it takes a long time to use. The foam, on the other hand, does a pretty good job, even getting into the crevices. They wear out quick. They're $10 a disc. I figure I'll use this disc and 3 others to do the whole set of springs, and that'd be 30 bucks. And this costs $30, but this would last more than the springs. So I'm going to go with paint stripper. I like it. I'm happy with the results. They came out pretty nice, and they're also heavy, but I think they're good enough for paint. We'll take them over there and paint. Just as a point of reference, this is the tool I use to get right into the corners. It's just a vertical foam disc, and I used 3 discs, and this much is left of the 3rd disc, so I really only used 2 discs because that's what I started out with. And let's go paint. We'll wipe the springs down with paint there to get any dust or oil or anything off of it. Here goes the first coat of self-etching primer. I have a fan blowing on them. They want you to wait 2 minutes between coats. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Here we go with the second coat. I've been a busy little painter. I painted the rotisserie stands, I painted the axle, and I painted the springs. Now they're destined to sit for 2 days with a fan running on them. All right, these have been sitting for 2 days. I think that's dry enough. Let's put some black paint on these suspension components. There you go, 1 coat. We got to put another one on yet. Last coat. Now all we got to do is put them together. A straight axle front suspension is pretty straightforward. And really the only thing left are the shackles. But those are not going to get painted. We're going to powder coat those, and we're going to powder coat them in the color that the chassis will be. The chassis is currently sitting at the powder coat shop. So if you want to, you can hang around and you'll get a preview of the color of the chassis. First we use Misty Moss, and then we use Devil's Punch Bowl. I've identified which piece came from the driver and passenger side by putting little loops of wire around. I don't know that it makes any difference, but I'll be able to put the same part on the same side. So the next step is to sandblast them, clean them up. Okay, we'll take our pieces out of the blaster. And blow them off. We'll take the pieces and put them in our 500-degree oven. And they'll stay there for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, out of the oven we come to cool. And then we'll put our first coat of powder on. We're ready for our base coat, which in this case is Misty Moss. But first we want to protect all the holes that are in the pieces that we're going to powder coat so that the bolts will still go through. I've done that for this one. It's nice tight fit. We've got to do it for this one. Slide it in the hole, push it in. Do the same thing for the top hole. Top hole's a little more difficult because there's a piece of wire in it. Okay, and we're ready to hang it from that piece of wire. I've already taped this one up so that it's protected. This tape is good to 400 degrees. I've got this one started. We need to put tape on the bottom shaft. We want to get all the way to the base so that the bushing can slide on. And now the shaft is protected right down to the collar, and we can hang it up. And we're ready to go put some powder on. Okay, sorry about the noise. The vent system is on, but now it's time to put powder on. You now know the first step to the color that will be on the frame. We'll put these in the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes at 400. I'm going to turn this off so we don't have so much noise. And now we got to let them cool. I guess the fact that it came out green and it's called Misty Moss is no surprise. Let them cool. We're going to put the second coat on now. It's called Devil's Punch Bowl. And let's put some on. Well, what the heck? That looks white. Well, you know what? I can guarantee you it doesn't come out white. So, just a couple seconds away, and you will see the color that the frame is going to be. So let's get it into the oven and we can cure it for 30 minutes. But it'll be a blink in the eye in the video. Out of the oven it comes. We can turn it off. We don't need it anymore. Put these things on the cooling rack. It gets hot in there. Here are the shackles, cooled off and ready for use. That's what I really like about powder, is once it's cool, you're done. It's not like paint where you have to wait forever. In case you can't really see what that color is, here's a sample of it. It's a big sample, so you should be able to see what that looks like in the light. That's with Misty Moss as a base coat and Devil's Punch Bowl as a top coat.